Life has a way of testing us in the moments when we feel weakest. Imagine a young dreamer, someone full of energy, passion, and hopes of building a better future. They wake up each morning believing that today will be different, that their effort will finally pay off. But instead, every door they knock on seems to stay locked, every attempt ends with failure, and every step forward feels like 10 steps back. At first, their heart is strong. They tell themselves, this is just the beginning. Success takes time. I can do this. And so they keep working. Day after day. Night after night. But the results don't match the effort. Opportunities slip away. Their talent is overlooked. People whisper, maybe they're not good enough. The weight grows heavier. Each rejection feels sharper than the last. The spark that once fueled their dream begins to dim. Their mind, once filled with confidence, now fills with questions. Why me? Why is this so hard? Maybe I'm not meant for this. This is the point most people never talk about, the silent war inside. To the outside world, they keep a smile. But inside, they are breaking. Every failure cuts deep into their spirit. Every attempt feels pointless. They start comparing themselves with others, friends moving forward, strangers succeeding, while they remain stuck in the same place. And then comes the thought that terrifies them the most: what if I just quit? It seems so easy. To walk away. To give up the dream. To stop feeling the pain of trying and failing again and again. After all, wouldn't life be easier without this constant battle? Without the pressure, the doubt, the endless struggle? In that quiet moment, sitting alone, they consider it. They look at everything they've done, all the sacrifices they've made, and wonder if it was all for nothing. Their chest feels heavy, their eyes burn with tired tears. It feels like the end. But then, something happens. A voice, sometimes from a mentor, sometimes from a memory, and sometimes from deep within themselves, whispers, hold on a little longer. You've come too far to quit now. This whisper doesn't erase the pain. It doesn't magically fix the failures. But it plants a seed. It makes them pause. It reminds them that struggle is not proof of weakness, it's proof of effort. That every person who ever succeeded once stood at the same edge, ready to quit, but chose to keep going just one more time. The story pauses here, right at the peak of conflict. The dreamer has reached rock bottom. Their decision will define everything: quit now and lose it all, or push forward and discover what lies beyond the struggle. And this is where we, the listeners, feel the weight too. Because deep inside, we've been there. We know that pain. We know the feeling of wanting to give up. And in hearing this struggle, our hearts lean in, waiting to see if they will rise or fall. The dreamer sits in silence, wrestling with the choice to quit. Their heart aches, their mind feels heavy, and their body wants rest. Everything inside screams, stop. Enough. It's over. But then, that tiny whisper grows louder, hold on. Don't quit yet. They decide, almost reluctantly, to try once more. Not because they suddenly feel stronger, not because the road has gotten easier, but because something inside refuses to let go of the dream completely. It's not courage at first, it's survival. One more step. One more try. One more day. And slowly, something begins to shift. The effort that once felt meaningless starts to show signs of progress. A small opportunity appears. A kind word from a mentor reminds them of their worth. A result, no matter how tiny, gives them a spark of hope. The mountain hasn't moved, but for the first time, they see a path. The dreamer realizes something powerful: success isn't about never falling. It's about refusing to stay down. Every failure that once felt like a dead end is actually a stepping stone, pushing them closer to the breakthrough they couldn't yet see. They remember the stories of others who succeeded: athletes who trained for years before winning a single medal, writers who collected piles of rejections before publishing their first book, innovators who failed hundreds of times before creating something the world couldn't live without. The dreamer finally understands: they were never failing, they were preparing. With renewed strength, they keep going. Each day still brings challenges, but their mindset changes. They no longer see setbacks as proof of weakness but as lessons shaping them into someone stronger. The dream that once felt impossible now feels alive again. And then, almost suddenly, the moment arrives. The opportunity they had been waiting for finally comes. It may not be grand at first, but it is real. Their persistence pays off. Their work is noticed. Their voice is heard. And the dream that once felt so far away begins to unfold before their eyes. The transformation is not just about achieving success, it's about who they've become. Stronger. Wiser. Unstoppable. They realize that if they had quit in that dark moment, they would have missed everything that followed. The pain, the tears, the failures, they were all necessary chapters in their story of growth. And here is where the moral becomes crystal clear, not just for the dreamer, but for us. The moment when you feel like quitting is often the exact moment before things change. Struggle is not a sign that you are failing, it is proof that you are moving forward. Think of it: every great story you've ever heard, every hero you've ever admired, stood on the edge of quitting at some point. But they held on a little longer. They chose to try again. And that decision made all the difference. So, the next time life feels unbearable, when your heart says, "I can't do this anymore," remember this story. Remember that you are closer than you think. That your pain has a purpose. That the struggle you feel today is the doorway to the strength you will carry tomorrow. Don't quit. Not now. Not when you're tired. Rest if you must, but never give up. Because the truth is simple: quitting guarantees failure, but persistence keeps the door open for miracles. The dreamer's story is not just their own. It is yours, too. And as you hear these words, let them be a reminder: you are stronger than you know, and the best chapters of your life are still unwritten.